Josh Elledge here, and I'm going to get on my soapbox here for just a little bit because there's one practice that I still see in marketing from time to time, and it absolutely drives me insane. I'm not using hyperbole. Like, it really, I get angry like when I see this, and I think this is a dinosaur. This is a relic of the past. This is old school marketers who have not yet adapted to the new rules of engaging with people. You can call it marketing, you can call it whatever you want, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to grow a business, somehow you need to connect with an audience. Somehow you need to extend an invitation to engage. And so I just had a conversation with an otherwise very nice gentleman, definitely an old school marketer. And so his practice, let me explain what this practice is. And I'm sure you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And chances are, if you have evolved, and I'm not afraid to use this language because I think this practice, it's insane. We live in an era of YouTube and podcasts and giving away lots of value and content and blogs and social media and authenticity and giving and connecting and serving and being, as Bob Berg would call, a go-giver. You give value first. And so I had the opportunity, again, very nice gentleman, old school marketer, and has a great book of business. So I'm not questioning his success, but I'm questioning the relevance as to this model. And so what is this model, you ask? Well, the model is as I'm getting ready to do an interview with him, and I'm going to interview, and he wanted to talk about, for example, how you can publish a book in 48 hours. I said, great, let's talk about that. He goes, well, I don't want to give away all my secrets because that's in my $300 program or however much the price is. I said, well, then this is going to be a very short interview because if you don't have content to give to the audience, then we're not going to do an advertisement for this secret program, and you're not going to share your secrets unless someone gives you $300. Listen, in the old day, that worked. You could do an infomercial and you could trust that people would just watch the infomercial and say, gosh darn it, I want me one of them, right? And that was it. They wouldn't do any research. They wouldn't ask for opinions. They wouldn't ask their friends. They wouldn't jump on social media. They wouldn't hit up the internet. Why? Because there was no internet at the time. Guess what? We got ourselves an internet right now. And guess how consumers act before they engage. They're not looking for your advertisements. They are not going to believe your sales videos. That's not enough today. Instead, thank you, Steadhead, by the way, with a little key. Yes. So here's what consumers do today. And if you want evidence of this, I urge you to read a book called Marketing Rebellion by Mark Schaefer, one of the most important marketing books that have come out in the year 2019, and maybe many other years as well. And as the Savings Angel, that's my other company, I have been studying and leading consumer behavior for 12 years. The one-page where you've got nothing but a paywall and where you're going to try to sell them, even if it's into the welcome mat or tripwire or any of that stuff. Guys and gals, that is getting harder and harder and harder to succeed with, okay? So what works? Okay, here's what consumers are looking for. Here's what they're going to do before they do anything, before they give you money, certainly before they give you $300, before they even give you $7, because that's your tripwire that you're going to get them into. And you know what? Chances are even they're going to do this before they give you an email address. Why? Because an email address is currency. It's not enough to ask somebody to join our newsletter. Just give me your email address. Why don't people fall for that anymore? It's because we've gotten on too many email lists in the past, and then we get spammed to death. So people have learned that their email address is currency. And I'm not going to give you an email address unless you're going to give me something that's really, really, really good. So what do consumers do before they give away any of that currency? They are going to check you out on social. They are going to look for social proof. This is one of the main authority indicators, is social proof. Number two, they're going to look for evidence of success. They're going to look, can I tell, like, are these guys making sales? I mean, are other people doing this? So they're going to look for success indicators. And a lot of times your branding is going to communicate a lot of that. You will not attract a level of client which exceeds your level of branding. Does that make sense? So if your branding is just kind of like a C minus, you're not going to attract B plus customers. I'm sorry. You are going to attract a lot of C minuses and Ds and Fs. That's who you're going to attract. So and don't get too worried that you're like, I don't have the money for branding and all this other stuff. It's okay. Like you will build this eventually. Okay. We all start somewhere. If you get a round of funding and you get a lot of money in, go ahead and make those investments wisely. But otherwise, just know that this is going to take some time. So we talked about you need social proof. And again, social proof, that's a thing you will build in time, which is why I recommend that it is better to be a baby rock star on one platform and ignore all the other ones at the beginning rather than trying to be in all places. Oh, I got to be good on Instagram. I got to be good on Snapchat. I got to be good on Facebook. Oh, we got to have Facebook groups and I got to dominate now. No, you don't. You don't have to do any of that. Pick one. If you're B2B, you better be dominating LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where we get like 90% of our business right now. If you work with other business owners, there's nothing on the planet, in my opinion. I'm going to spend a whole video where I go into that specifically, but it needs to be said is number one, you got to have social proof. Number two, evidence of success. Number three, people are going to look for your associations. Who are you working with? Who are you partnering with? Who says you're great? And they're going to say, oh, okay, well, they were quoted in Forbes magazine. If you get quoted in Forbes.com or any of that stuff, those are positive associations. That's strong association. People already have a strong association with the brand Forbes. They're going to transfer that know, like, and trust that they have for Forbes onto you because they know that Forbes doesn't just highlight anybody. And so if you get a feature article written about you, again, this is what we do at Up My Influence. Like, we make all of that stuff happen for our clients. So that's also going to help with your conversion rate. And this is most important. Assuming you got your authority indicators, I want to make sure that you start giving it all away for free. Why? Because you're investing in the relationship first. You give so much value. Be willing to give away what other people are charging money for. Audiences, people are smart. Why do I know that? Because they're just like you. You're a smart person. You are not going to engage with me in a paid relationship in any way until you feel like, you know what? Josh is looking out for me. Josh wants me to succeed. And you may not be there yet as you're watching this video. That's okay. Like, we'll just keep on working. I'm going to keep on giving you all kinds of stuff pro bono. And if at some point in the future we find a way to work together, that's amazing. Would love to do that. But you have to invest in relationships and invest in your audience first. So it is a myth that you are one funnel away from making millions. Okay, you're either going to have to dump a lot of money, and in many ways, you're looking at a closing rate that's going to be tiny, right? Or you're going to have to spend a lot of money to get to that, that 0.1% that's ultimately going to fall for your sales and marketing. Can it work? Yeah. So does spamming. Spamming works. Why? Because so does like phishing and catfishing and like all these other things. Like scams work. Bad marketing works when you try to get to that 0.001% of people who are going to fall for it. That's one way. Or you could cast a bigger net and just start building an audience of people that you could serve and give value to. And in the meantime, now you have more people that like you and are willing to share your message with other people. And so then you get to a point where if you keep on doing this, A year down the road, you don't have to do any selling. All you have to do is just serve your heart out. Now I will tell you, let's talk about one more thing, and that is the emotional impact of being a business owner. It is really stressful because I've been there. Listen, I've owned my own businesses. I've been through bankruptcy. Like I've lost houses. Like I have failed in business 6 times. Okay. But then, launched a company that ended up doing 6 figures a month. And so what did I learn? Well, visibility is everything. But I can also tell you that at some point, like you need to get mentally from that point of like, oh my gosh, who am I going to sell to today? Just relax, man. And just like, who can I serve? Who can I give value to? What is the most amount of value that I could possibly give? Like, for example, in this video, I'm thinking to myself, what is the most amount of value I could give away in 10 minutes? And so that's what I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to fill it up with fluff. I'm only going to give you the stuff that I know is truly going to make a huge difference in your business. And so I want you to shift your thinking from who am I going to sell to today to how much value could I possibly give? What is the most amount of value I could possibly give to as many people as possible? Like that should be the question you wake up with. And I'll tell you that emotionally, it's much easier to run a business like that. It sucks when you wake up in the morning and all you think about, like I've been there, like I know what it's like to not have enough money. It really, really sucks. But I'm just telling you, like do whatever you got to do in terms of like, to get, work more hours or whatever you do to get the income in. But you got to get to a point where it's all about serving and bringing value and less about extracting money from people. When you get to that point, you're going to find the business is actually going to be very easy for you. It's something magical that transforms in your business. And I'm excited for you. If you're not quite there yet, I'm really excited for you to get there. If you are there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And chances are you're already doing pretty well in business as a result of that. So, in summary, stop doing your little, on page 33 of my book, You Too Can Be a Millionaire, I go through the 7 secrets. Oh, I'm not going to tell them no. You got to buy the book. Stop it. Please. Stop that crap. We hate you. We all hate you when you do that. All right. Again, you can find a sucker who will give you the money, but you're missing out big time. It's just not how the economy works today. It's not how consumers work today. It's not how your future customers and clients operate today. Give them an opportunity to fall in love with you and make them fall in love with you by giving them lots and lots of value. So there's my message for today. I appreciate you. Comment below. Let me know. Maybe I'm way off. I would love to know it. Comment below. And by the way, if there's any old school hardcore sales and marketers, you're probably going to chime in and say, I'm wrong. Yeah, I know. You could probably get the numbers to work for you if you push hard enough. But I'd also really love to hear from people who have tried the other method of just putting it out there day after day after day after day. And I'd love to hear your success story below. Again, comment below. Let me know either way. I'm totally coachable, but I got to tell you, based on what I know about consumer behavior, you're on the wrong side of history if you continue with the old school stuff. So with that, my friend, take care. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful Tuesday and beyond.